our first topic for today is entrepreneurs in the context of entrepreneurship. This one is from John Dewey. So sabi nga, to find out what one is fitted to do and to secure an opportunity to do it is the key to happiness. Hindi naman sinasabi nung quotation na once you do entrepreneurship, you will find the key to happiness. But if entrepreneurship is your passion, kung gusto mo talaga magnegosyo, then this is the way. This is the key. Ayan yung mga i-discuss po natin. So medyo mahaba-haba, no? Kung titignan natin, the definition of an entrepreneur, what are the internal and external factors, what are the functions, the motivations and barriers, classifications, theories, concepts, the development of entrepreneurship. Number 9 is important, culture. And last but not the least is the stages in the entrepreneurial process. What is entrepreneurship? Pakitulungan naman po ako. Or anong definition nyo ng entrepreneurship? Yes, Sir Kyle. Okay.
Based on my understanding on entrepreneurship is a business.
Okay, so
pasensya na nag-third party ako so as I said, it's establishing a business in your own personal settings.
Okay, establishing a business in your own personal setting. Okay, so may nag-raise mo ng hand. Sino po yun? Bakit gano'n? Hindi ko makita yung nag-raise ng hand. Sorry. Ayun, Sir Ramoncito. Yes.
Sir, the owner of the business or
Okay.
enterprise by recent initiative.
The owner of the business or enterprise. No? Siya yung nagpakita ng initiative according to Sir Ramoncito. And last, no, ano po ba yung definition ng entrepreneurship? Para lang makaano tayo, what is entrepreneurship in your own words? Papakita ko naman yung definition. Miss Samya, can you help us? Hello po. Mali? Okay. So, entrepreneurship is the process of initiating a business venture. Kasi nabanggit nyo, it's more of business owner. Pero okay pa rin, no? You're an entrepreneur. So, ikaw yung nagsimula ng pagbubukas ng isang negosyo. Hindi lang naman po pagbubukas ng negosyo yan. Ano ba yung kailangan? Yes. Yan, setting up the business. Or initiating the business venture. Thank you, Miss Samin. Okay. Kailangan mo rin ng resources. Di naman pwedeng bubukas ka ng negosyo, wala ka palang puhunan. Diba? So, paano yun? Utang sa kung kanino, tapos hindi mo bayaran. So, you need to have a startup capital. And assuming the associated risk and rewards. Bakit ba takot ang mga Pilipino na magnegosyo or mag-entrepreneurship? Yes? Yes.
Opportunities is hard to come by and very risky.
Very risky.
Nowadays.
Yes.
Especially kapag yung problema sa economy sa ngayon.
Okay. Ayun, no? Of course, we have the economy and then takot malugi. No? But when you are an entrepreneur, or when you are venturing into entrepreneurship, dapat hindi po natin iniisip na baka malugi, di ba? Parang, no? Let's make it simpler. Parang nag-aral ka ng college, no? Tapos sasabihin mo, baka hindi ako makagraduate. No? Then, what's the reason for us, for you, especially, to study college? Diba? When you decided to enter college, ang iniisip po ninyo ay makapagtapos. Meron ba ritong nag-isip na magka-college ako, no? Kasi hindi ako makakapagtapos? Meron ba? Sabihin nyo na, no? Diba? Wala. Lahat naman tayo, no? When we decided to enter college, we want to pass and graduate. Siguro bonus na yung with flying colors, na yung maging cum laude, summa cum laude, magna cum laude ka. Bonus na yun. No? But to finish college is already the goal. No? Ganon din po sa entrepreneurship. Once you decided to pursue entrepreneurship, yes, nandun yung risk. Alam natin yun na baka malugi. But the peer, the peer will stop you from pursuing it. Diba? Kung takot kayong bumagsak, hindi na kayo magka-college. Hindi na kayo, ay, mahal magastos di ba? Parang same ano lang, same rational lang. Magka-college ako, magastos, wag na lang ako mag-aral ng college. Magastos ba yung college? Mga ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Magastos ba?
Yes, but it will be helpful in the long run in the end.
Yes. Ganun din po ang entrepreneurship. Yes, magastos, no? Alam natin yung magastos yung araw-araw lang, no, transport, no. And even nung wala tayong face to face, kahit online pa ngayon. Magre-ready rin tayo, gagastos tayo ng data, di ba? Tapos medyo pumapaltik-paltik pa yung internet connection natin. Minsan uutusan tayo, di ba? Hindi naman natin maiwasan yun, uutusan tayo to do other activities ng ating parents or meron kayong ginagawang project. But here we are. Here we are still doing it. So ganun din sa entrepreneurship. Alam ng isang entrepreneur na there's the possibility malugi. There's the possibility the economy will be so bad na mahirap makarecover. And we know that during the pandemic. Marami pong negosyong nagsara. Not just the small players, but also the big companies as well. There are people na nawalan ng trabaho. Di ba? Nawala ka na nga ng trabaho. Wala kang source of income. And yet they were bold enough. They were daring enough to initiate a business venture in the midst of the pandemic. I think you've heard the stories about people na nagsimula sa wala. Ano yung... Are you aware of the company But First Coffee? Hindi ko sure kung ito talaga yung name niya, no? Ayan, no? Sorry for the wrong spelling. But First Coffee. So these people are, in the past, coffee enthusiasts. Mga empleyado lang sila. Mahilig din sila sa kape. No? And yet, when they lost their jobs during the pandemic, they decided to invest. Magnegosyo na lang tayo. And now, from a startup of just 5,000 pesos, napalago nila yung negosyo. And they're now present all over Metro Manila. Sorry kung coffee nagiging reference, kasi a lot of us, if not all of us, drink coffee. And yung isa sa pinakasikat right now is Pick Up Coffee. Diba? Nagsulputan na parang kabuti yung Pick Up Coffee. Well, I don't know the story of Pick Up Coffee kung paano sila nagsimula. But it takes some guts, no? And let's not think of these players na. Kahit yung mga sample lang, no? There was this guy na feature siya dati sa TV Patrol. Do you remember yung SAP? What is SAP again? Meron ba nakakaalala, no? Basta nakatanggap tayo ng SAP, salamat na lang. Kanaalala nyo, no? Or ano yung SAP? Miss Gonzales. So,
Sir, not familiar po.
Yayaman yun, joke lang. No? So yung SAP, di ba, ito yung bigay ng government sa atin nung in the middle of the pandemic. Especially kung, let's say, walang trabaho yung parents nyo, no? Nawalan ng trabaho, or gano'n, no? Sa household nyo, walang work. So they will give it to the people na nung pandemic ay hindi talaga makapagtrabaho, stuck at home. No? Of course, hindi ganun kalaki. Nakatanggap din ako ng SAP because I did not have a job during the pandemic. I think I got 16,000. But not all got 16,000. Meron iba 8,000 lang, 4,000. No? But there was this one guy, ang natanggap lang niya sa SAP is 16,000 din. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali. Of course, he spent the other 8,000 paying yung mga utang. Binayaran yung mga utang. And then the remaining 8,000 was used to start a barbecue business. Diba? Simpleng-simple lang, no? Barbecue. Yung barbecue na nandiyan sa may kanto nyo. Yung mga nag-iihaw-ihaw ng barbecue, hotdog, Betamax, isaw, etc. And from that 8,000, pikit mata. No? Sinugal niya lahat. Sabi nga, pag nalugi ako dito sa 8,000 na to, wala na. Nga na. Aasa na lang ako sa gobyerno lagi, or mangungutang na lang ako lagi. Maghahanap ako ng trabaho. But that 8,000 became 8,000 a day of earnings. Malinis na po yun. dahil lang po sa pagtitinda ng barbecue. No? Medyo exact, 2,000 a day. 2,000 a day of earnings. No? Malinis na po yung puhunan, yung pwesto, sweldo sa siguro sa tao, etc. So assuming na 2,000 a day, 2,000 times 30 days. Mga 20, pagpahingi mo ng 4 na araw, 26 equals 52,000 pesos. Di ba? 52,000. No? And tayo, the thing with us, ayun, students, I won't blame you if you will like to work. Diba? Magtrabaho muna tayo. Ganun naman usually sinasabi ng mga parents natin. But there are some students here in the Sibaa who are already pursuing business. Habang nag-aaral sila, nagne-negosyo na sila. One of my former students from last semester, nagnegosyo na siya, no? So from online selling, nagtayo na rin siya ng physical store. He's selling vape. Kilala siguro ni Sir Ramoncito to. So nagbebenta siya ng vape and the business is thriving. And I'm very happy for him. Kahit hindi siya nag-entrep or nag-entrep siya sa ibang subject or ibang professor. Alam natin na yun, there's the chance that you will lose everything. But all or nothing, which will you prefer? Parang ano yan, no? Sa sugal, di ba? Which do you prefer? Manalo ka lahat? Mapanalunan mo lahat? Or matalo ka? And entrepreneurship does not think of the nothingness. They all think of the everything. Everything means something to them. And another good thing about entrepreneurship, hindi lang po siya sarili mo. Hindi lang ikaw ang nakikinabang. You're also helping people find work. Dati, ikaw yung naghahanap ng trabaho. This time around, ikaw na yung nagbibigay ng trabaho. Job creation and helping the community. So first slide pa lang po, mahaba na tayo. Pabasa naman po nung nasa slide. 5 lang tayo, no? Sir John Michael, pabasa lang po. Hello po.
Hello po, sir. Rinig po ba, sir?
Yes, dinig.
Okay, entrepreneur, one who create a new business in the face of risk and uncertainty for the purpose of achieving profit and growth by identifying and assembling the necessary resources to capitalize on them.
Okay, thank you. No. Sige, salamat. Wait lang. 52K per month. No? Isipin nyo yun, no? 2,000 kada araw. Mas malakas pa sila kumita sa amin. No? So, eto na naman tayo. Gumawa ng negosyo, di ba? Itong pandemic, ang daming taong ganito. In the face of risk and uncertainty, alam naman natin as business students, management students for that matter, na it's always risky. It's always uncertain. Dynamic po eh. Kung gusto niyo na medyo certain, static, go for the science industry. Diba? For the purpose of achieving profit and growth. Gusto po natin kumita at hindi lang kumita. Lumago pa yung negosyo. By identifying and assembling the necessary resources to capitalize on them. Same lang po. No? Same lang yung nabanggit. Iniba lang yung wording. Kailangan mo ng resources. And one of the best resources is our minds. Kaya nga po, nauna yung entrepreneurial mind before entrepreneurial management. May idea ka pero meron ka ba ng resources? Sir, wala akong resources. Di pag-ipunan mo, pagtiyagaan mo. Kung sweldo mo, let's say 16,000, ipon-ipunin mo until such time na magkaroon ka ng pera. Sir, pag dumating yung time na yun, ang tagal. Well, it takes time. Hindi ka naman overnight, biglang milyonaryo. Kahit sa loto, hindi nangyayari. And this one, by Schumpeter, an entrepreneur reforms or revolutionize the pattern of production. Nung wala pa yung internet, paano ba tayo umu-order? No? Nung wala pa yung mga cellphone, paano ba umorder ng pagkain sa restaurant? Minsan na ano natin, no, overestimate na natin, di ba? Yes. Sir Kyle?
So when it comes to that case, there are tendency that we might do it wrong either from misinterpreting or some human error made from the staff or employees or our subs, depending who manages it.
Okay, so there's the propensity to make mistakes sa order. Na order mo, ano, no? Baka nagkamali ng dinig, no? Pizza, dumating sa'yo pork chop. Something like that. No? And also, it's not just that, yung mga possible mistakes. Wala pang cellphone noon. No? Let's say the 1990s, before you were even born, you have to call manually. Isa lang yung telepono ng restaurant, or one or two. So, there are only two available calls at a time. And people will either have to go to your place or to place the order, wait for the order, and bring it home. Or, tatawag ka, tapos, ang hirap pa maghanap. Di ba? Ang hirap maghanap ng location nun. Nowadays, kung hindi mo alam yung lugar, just put the address on Waze. Di ba? Or Google Maps. Saan yung Philippine Christian University? Search it. No? Lalabas doon, paano pumunta? No? How do you get there? No? Or if you're in a car, how to go to PCU. But during those days, you have to ask directions. There's the chance na maligaw ka. It's very inefficient. So yung gumawa ng mga apps na yan, no? Google Maps, no? But it's not really Google Maps who revolutionize it. Sa kotse, meron na nung time na yon, yung mga parang navigational access. Ganon din po sa pag-order. No? Wala pa sila Foodpanda or GrabFood. So these people who made the app revolutionized the production. They can accept as many as 100 orders per hour. Napakadali. And unlike in the past, ang bagal ng pacing. So at first, magkakaroon ng resistance. Huh? Foodpanda only became famous during the pandemic, 2020 something. But I've been seeing Foodpanda in the cellphone app since way back 2013, 2014. Sumikat na sila ngayon talaga. Okay, so according to Drucker, so si marketing guy, innovation is a specific tool for entrepreneurs. So in conjunction to the discussion on the previous slide, there must be innovation. Innovation when you're talking of marketing perspective, but also on the operations perspective. Continuous improvement, di ba? Don't tell me that there's no improvements from 1993 up to the present 2023. You have to follow the trends, the innovations, the updates, which means by which they exploit changes as an opportunity for different business or different service. Huwag niyo po sabihin sa akin na yung production noong 1993 is relatively the same. Meron pong subtle, if not big changes on all aspects. Sa supply chain pa lang, ang dami na. Nag-expand ang mga production natin, nag-expand ang operation ng isang business. And as an entrepreneur, you can apply those that you learn in your previous subjects. Opportunity is what is dictated by the external factors. Ano bang trend ngayon sa market? Baka naman wala nang demand sa product mo. If you're going to establish your product, then there's no demand, di ba? Remember yung mga lato-lato? Nasaan yung mga lato-lato ngayon? Wala ka na marinig. Nanawa na. Nanawa na yung mga bata maglato-lato. Yes, Kyle.
And also the fact that the government is start confiscating them for some reason.
Diba? No, maraming factors, no, external. So the opportunity or threat begins on the forces beyond our control. So it's been discussed already in various subjects, no, but relating to the pestle, diba? Sabihin na natin political, diba? Ayaw ng gobyerno, no? And economic, no? Mahal, no? Sa socio-cultural, masakit sa tenga. Ayaw ng mga Pilipino na maingay, kuno, diba? Technological, there are nanawa na sa lato-lato, cellphone ulit yung mga bata. Environmental, again, the noise, environmental pollution, noise pollution, and legalities, no? Sabi ng government, it's prohibited. So the concept, no? So ROI, no? Return of investment, no. The entrepreneur is a risk bearer, an organizer, and an innovator. But is this the reality? Diba? When you're an entrepreneur, usually, hanggat hindi sure na sure yan, hindi ka tataya. So yes, you are a risk bearer, but you must make sure that the risk you will take is an intelligent guess. So kumbaga, if you take the risk, you're right on the money. Pag natalo ka, hindi masakit. Hindi yung tipong buong house and lot mo, no? Lahat ng sasakyan mo, lahat ng kotse mo, bahay mo, kaperahan mo, tinaya mo. Tapos, pag nalugi ka, pulubi ka na. No? Hindi ganon. When you take the risk, it's manageable. Okay, nalugi ako ng 100,000, I can start all over again. Hindi yung sinugal mo lahat. No? Tapos, wala na. Organizer. No? Diyan po natin matututunan magagamit yung mga natutunan nyo sa operations management. I think all of you are OM students. So, whatever you have learned in your operations management courses, the subjects there, can be applied. Especially the gathering of resources. Hindi po madali yung part na yan. Yung mga just-in-time na yan. Yung mga continuous improvements, supply chain, Lean Six Sigma, etc. Minsan madelay lang na isang araw yung materials mo or product mo. Will face a huge problem. Hindi na deliver. It will hurt the customer. Kinulang ka ng stock. Hindi ka nakapag-inventory management. Kulang ka sa controls. Hindi mo na foresee na within 30 days, wala ka ng stock. Mali yung forecasting mo. So, organizing is important for the entrepreneur. And last is innovator. How do you improve your business model? Huwag po tayo makontento sa kung ano mang meron tayo ngayon. Innovate, improve, yun lang. Ang grabe yung barbecue, no? Nakakaingit, no? So, 2,000 a day, mag-iip ka ng puhunan. No? Okay, so 5 types of small business owner. Wala siya sa book, no? Or any book for that matter. Medyo malalim lang siya. So this is based on a study conducted by Young Telowich Partners for Pitney Bowes in Mark Hendricks type task, entrepreneur. So 5 klase daw yung merong mga negosyo or entrepreneurs. The idealists, optimizers, hard workers, jugglers, and sustainers. So first we have the idealists. Ito yung mga yung mga creative. Sabihin na natin, yung mataba ang utak. So they are rewarded by the chance to make something new and innovative. Ikaw yung trendsetter, ikaw yung nagpasimula ng lahat. Though not all the time, ikaw ang sikat, no? But siguro moral gift mo na lang sa sarili mo that you are the one who started this business. No? Ikaw yung nagpasimula ng milk tea. And speaking of milk tea, sino ba nagpasimula ng milk tea? Meron ba tayong idea kung sino nagpasimula ng milk tea? We don't know really, technically. No? Yes, Sir Kyle.
Most likely yung mga nasanay sa mga milkshake tsaka yung mga iba.
Yes.
Like yung mga small businesses na gumawa yan at na slowly na-develop sa buong district or something like that.
Okay. Kung babalikan natin yung evolution of the milk tea. Milk tea was invented, I think, around 70s or 80s. Wala naman exact time. But this was devised by the tea houses in Taiwan. Kasi yung mga matatanda even now, they prefer the hot drinks. Mapapansin yung mga Chinese. They like to drink the hot drinks. And there is scientific study conducted on the benefits of drinking hot tea. Ang problema, mula nung dumating ang millennials and tayo, Gen Z, iba yung preference natin. We prefer everything cold. And just drinking tea na walang lasa or medyo mapait is not satisfying for us. Ano ba gusto nating panlasa ngayon? Yung medyo matamis, di ba? Something cold, something sweet. Flavors na wala sa traditional tea. And so they have to invent. No? Hindi na alam kung sino yung nagpasimula. Pakagaya-gaya lang nangyari or they all pitch the concept all together na tara gawa tayo ng drinks na magiging mabenta sa mga bata. No? So they decided to think of children in their minds. Kasi pag uminom ang bata, ang bibili parents. And parents will also buy. So hindi lang isa ang customer mo, at the very least makakadalawa, 3 ka. Yung bata, yung magulang, or kung marami silang anak, di ba? 2 to 5. Benta. And the hot tea in tea shops is usually actually service tea. So libre lang yun. And they decided to sell it. Kumita pa sila lang. and then the craze, the milk tea craze, is already been prevalent, no? Since way back 2000. Pero hindi pa siya sikat sa mga Pilipino. There are already milk tea stores in Binondo around 2000, 2005. Pero yung talagang milk tea na alam natin ngayon, ay mga may Serenity, Cha Time, Coco, Black Scoop, etc. Nagsimula lang yung mga early to mid 2010s. Doon lang po sumikat ang milk tea na alam natin. So, idealist po. Next, the optimizers. Ito, iba naman to. No? Ang motivation lang nila is, okay, I have a business, I'm happy. That's it. No? Hindi super idealistic. Basta meron ka lang negosyo, kumikita yung negosyo mo, okay na yan. There's nothing wrong with being an optimizer. You have to be contented as well. The hard workers, they thrive on the challenge of building a more larger, more profitable business. So kabaliktaran siya ng optimizer. Mas gusto niya pang lumago. And also, who can blame them? Diba? Yung business kong milk tea, no, nandito ako sa may PCU area. Kailangan mag-expand yan. And Serenity is a great example of that. Diba? Hindi lang naman siya nakontento sa isang branch. So he or she, for that matter, decided to expand the business. I'm not sure kung all over the Philippines na si Serenity, but at the very least, all over Metro Manila na siya. Okay. The jugglers. Ito yung mga hands-on. No? Sa business, merong micromanagers. As a management, merong micromanagers. Sa business, merong jugglers. No? Ito yung mga traditional na negosyanteng Chinese. No? Lahat. Mula pagbili ng supply, pagbantay ng tindahan, even yung pagbabalot, pagbibigay ng sukli, pati pagtawag ng delivery service. No? Kung let's say, Lala Moves or Grab, di ba? Sila yung jugglers. Is it good? Siguro kung small scale. Pero pag malaki na yung business, hindi na po siya ideal. And last is the sustainers. So ito yung parang mga raketero. No? They enjoy chance to balance work and personal life. Nag-business sila para hindi sila nai-stress sa pagtatrabaho. Maybe they're earning as much, if not even less, dun sa dati nilang trabaho. I know someone na ganyan. No? She was earning at least 50,000, 60,000 a month, pero wala na po siyang time eh. Parang mula umaga hanggang gabi, nasa opisina siya. She doesn't have time to spend with her family. So she decided to just resign and build her own business. Maybe hindi ganun kalaki yung sweldo niya ngayon. Yung kinikita niya ngayon compared to sa negosyo niya, sa work niya dati. But she can go out anytime. Gusto niya mamasyal sa mall on a Thursday morning or lunchtime? Sure. Gusto niya mag-golf on Tuesday in the middle of the day? Pwede. So these are the 5 types of small business owners. A special topic. Saka na natin i-discuss yung social enterprise. No? Pero Gen Z muna, no? Kasi kayo yung Gen Z. I want you to know you. No? Yourself. I want you to know yourself. Yan daw yung regular depiction ng Gen Z. No? Actually, mali pa nga, no? Gen Z do not wear a lot of jeans. Diba? Yes? Yes. Sir Kat.
I think they depict some of us incorrectly.
Yes.
And some of us wear shorts. Not only that, I think some of us did not spend most of our time looking on the screen whenever we're walking around. Because the last time I did that, I got into an accident. Biggest mistake of my life. I never done that ever since.
Yes. No. I mean, it's just a depiction. No? It's like how you depict the Gen Y, no, or the millennials or the baby boomers. Actually, outdated na yung fashion sense. I rarely see Gen Z na nakamaong. Usually they're wearing yung parang jogging pants. No? You don't wear bright colors. You don't wear a lot of white. You wear the pastel color. So, eto lang yung usually naiisip ng mga older generations when they think of the Gen Z. But I think the attire is more of millennials. Yeah. But yung sabi nila, no, they're the young ones. Okay. So we have the 4 generations. The baby boomers, the Gen X, the Gen Y, and the Gen Z. An undefined ID. Don't define yourself in only one way. So everyone has their own individual truths. No? So, sino ba ako para kumontra sa McKinsey and Company? Communaholic. Be radically inclusive. So, lahat tanggapin mo, no? As per our core values ng PCU, nandun yun. People of all religions, races, gender orientation, etc. Dialoguer. Have fewer confrontations and more dialogue. You have to understand the different truths. There's no such thing as one absolute truth. There are many different truths and realistic. The truth is what's behind all things. How you were raised, where you were born, how you lived your life brings out the truth within you. The truth. Parang motto ng ng Gen Z. The truth will set you free. Okay? So what are the characteristics of entrepreneurs? Siyempre, first and foremost, the desire for responsibility. Hindi naman pwedeng nagtayo ka ng negosyo tapos ayoko hawakan yan. You're the one responsible for your own business. Parang sa parang pag nagkaroon kayo ng anak, di ba? Karoon kayo ng anak tapos sasabihin mo, ay, ayoko mag-alaga ng bata, ayoko magpaaral ng bata, ayoko magpalaki ng bata. Your business is your child. It's your commitment and responsibility to take care of it. Preference for moderate risk. Yun yung key word, moderate. Huwag naman yung risk na tipong wala na matitira sa'yo. There's the risk to succeed. And pag hindi naman nag-succeed, nag-fail, let's say nag-fail yung sinugal mo, then it's all right. You can still recover. Yan, no? So, let's say nasira yung risk, no? Hindi nagtagumpay. Nag-invest ka ng 1 million, nalugi. You still have the confidence in the ability to succeed. Okay, hindi ako kumita ng 1 million ngayon. Mababawi ko rin siya sooner or later. Desire for immediate feedback. And speaking of feedback, gusto kong malaman, yung ano ba feedback nyo sa lesson? Masyado bang heavy? Is it too heavy of a lesson? Or sakto lang? Para makapag-adjust ako. Yan. So entrepreneurs will desire for feedback, how to improve their business. Especially mga services. Kasi sa product, usually wala ka na magagawa dun eh. Product na yun. Pero sa service, how do you improve the service? Especially kung food. Kasi kinakain natin yung food eh. Hindi naman natin pinaglalaruan yan. So when you taste the food, bakit maalat? Bakit matabang? Bakit masyado matamis? Blah, blah, blah. Pangit yung presentation. Hindi maganda yung plating. Meron mga ganun, maarte talaga. But you have to understand the customer. They are paying for what they think they deserve. Diba? So kung nagbayad sila ng 1,000 pesos for your dish, then kailangan masatisfy mo yung nila, yung kagustuhan nila about the product. And once you satisfy that, once you take that feedback without getting personal, you improve your service and product as well, then that's the time your business will thrive. Kaya napaka-importante po ng feedback. Of course, you cannot please everyone. Pag hindi nila gusto, hindi na sila babalik. But for those who like your food or service for that matter, they will be repeat customers. At ang tawag doon ay customer satisfaction. But that customer satisfaction will not be met if you don't have the adequate service quality or quality for that matter. Ano po ba yung quality? That is operations element. Next, future orientation. Lagi sila nakatingin towards the future. Future visions nga, di ba? Meron silang naka-ready na lagi. Naka-planning. They're not thinking just operationally. They're also thinking strategically. What will you do within the next 3 years? Paano mo mapapalago yung business? Paano mo may improve yung business? Okay? So, paano mo ma-improve yung business? At paano mo siya makapalago? Next, skilled at organizing. I think as operations management students, meron na po yan, inherent na po sa atin. Coordinated na yung kilos natin. But how do we maximize it? How do we further improve the processes? Wala naman po kasing perfectong process or operations. There's always room for continuous improvement. And next, the value achievement over money. Nandun pa rin naman yung money element. No? Kailangan kumikita yung business, but yung fulfillment, baka ang dami mong pera, hindi ka naman masaya. What's the purpose? What's the point of becoming an entrepreneur kung hindi ka naman masaya? Or wala ka na-achieve? No? Ilan na ba tayo sa group? 3 members. 2, 4, 6. Hindi pa pala natin na-add yung iba. Sige, mamayang konti. Mag-break tayo ng 10:30. So, traits of entrepreneurs, they're also self-confident and optimistic. Bakit importante na confident tayo? Why is it important to have self-confidence? Parang ano, no? Ano kasi ako eh, no? Yes, Sir John Michael. Yes, Sir John Michael.
For me po, syempre ang pagiging confident or magkakaroon po ng self-confidence po is isa siya sa makakatulong po para implement or gawin po yung mga duties or responsibilities po na meron tayo in proper po. Kasi if you know po na kaya mong gawin yung isang bagay or isang plano po, magagawa mo po kasi may tiwala ka po sa sarili mo. And ayun po yung pinaka-importanting bagay po ng self-confidence po, sir.
Okay.
Thank you po.
Forget the entrepreneurs first. I think you've been students in college for the past 3-4 years. Ano yung napapansin niyo sa mga professor? No, kalimutan niyo na ako sa kwento. Your previous professors. Yes, Sir Kyle.
From my experiences, the professors have their different set of skills to teach the students. Parang ganyan.
Okay.
Parang iba-iba talaga.
Iba-iba yung style, no? I mean, let's say you all do your own businesses. Kyle has his style. Michael has his style. So is Andrea, Ramoncito, Angela, and even yours truly. We have our own styles, but we are all confident with our abilities. And I think even your professors on various subjects here in TCU, or if you're a transferee, you will see the confidence that they know what they're preaching. They know their subject very well. Or if not, they have a lot of industry experience. So, kaya nila magsalita ng hindi sila parang kinakabahan. Parang, ano kasi yun eh, yung quality control, di ba? They don't speak like that. Meron na ba kayong nakitang prop na gano'n? Na, kasi yung ano, continuous improvement, ganun na siya. Yeah. Yung tipong nangakatugpa magsalita. You don't see that from your professors. They're also optimistic that despite the obstacles that they will face, nothing will intimidate them. When a student asks them the question, they may not have the answers all the time, but they can guide you to the right answer. Diba? I think you will agree somewhere na ganun ang mga professors. And professors, in a way, are also entrepreneurs. Especially kung hindi sila full-time. Like, for example, yours truly, I'm part-time. So, it depends on how many works or how many academic teaching load I can get. Pwedeng kumita ako ng 8,000, no? Worst case scenario, 8,000 a month. And the best case scenario, even more than 100,000 a month. On how we pursue our passion. Hindi lang naman kasi kami nagtuturo para kumita eh. It's also passion. If you don't have the passion for teaching, ganun din sa entrepreneurship. If you don't have the passion to practice entrepreneurship, then you will be a man or person of misery. Nagdurusa po tayo. Nahihirapan po tayo sa buhay natin. Okay? Able to take. Kasi ba ako nalito ko? Ayun. No? So dugtong-dugtong na pala yung nabanggit ko. No? Able to take the calculated risk. I came from professional practice. No? So ganun din, no? If you're an entrepreneur, let's say you're a student, tapos hindi ka pa namasukan ever since, so medyo sabihin natin kulang sa experience. But there are students right now who have not even, we're not even graduating yet. No? Hindi pa sila graduate. Nasa second year, third year pa lang sila. And yet they're practicing business na. I met someone sa other school. Simpleng-simple lang siya, no? Nakapambahay lang nga yung forma niya, kung tutuusin. But he owns a chain of chicken stalls. Yung parang, ano tawag dito, yung parang baliwag chicken. Sa area nila sa Binangonan, sa Rizal area siya nag-ooperate. Yes, inutang niya yung pera sa parents niya, but all the ideas, regarding the entrepreneurship of the business, siya nakaisip na. No? Siya yung nag-innovate. Diba? So, he took the risk. Kasi utang yun eh. No? So, ang kapalit ng utang is that he will not pay his parents, but rather his parents will be shareholders of the business. Kasi ginawa niyang corporation. No? Okay, may utang ako sa inyo, papa, mama, mga 2-3 million. So, pag kumikita yung business, merong certain percentage na sa inyo mapupunta. So, let's say 2 million ang inutang niya sa parents niya, ang balik sa parents niya is more than 2 million, syempre. No? Kung gaano kalaki yung profits ng business, that's the corresponding earnings that they will get. Flexible and able to adapt. You hear this all the time. No? Sino po ba mag-a-adjust? No? Sino mag-a-adjust? Diba? Si entrepreneur. No? Wala nang demand sa lato-lato, then you have to find a new item to sell. No? Anong pwedeng laruan na pwedeng ibenta sa mga bata? No? If your business is toys. No? Or anong bagong food trend ang papauso mo? So I have this friend. No? So ang negosyo niya kasi nasa mga food and beverage siya. So ang ginagawa niyang adaptation, he goes to other countries. Let's say punta siya ng Sri Lanka, punta siya ng India, no? Pinag-aaralan niya yung mga yung mga street vendors doon, anong ginagawa nila, no? Paano yung process? Kasi merong mga machinery na wala dito sa Pilipinas. No? How to make the food, the methodology, and then i-record niya yun, no? Note-taking yun, and then when he returns to the Philippines, he will try to make it as close as possible or try to improve it, no? Or try to mimic the product altogether. Ito importante, no? Able to get along well with others. Why is it important? Alam ko medyo heavy ako mag-discuss. No? Bakit important na you're able to get along well with others? Sir Ramoncito. May natawag ako. No? Si Sir Ramoncito muna and then Miss Gonzalez. Sir Ramoncito, why is it important to be able to get along well with others? Layata siya sa area. Sir Ramoncito? Okay. Sige, Miss Andrea, ikaw muna.
Sir, if kasi po get along with others po yung ibang entrepreneurs, pwede po silang makipaghalubilo sa mga makakatulong po sa business nila if ever. Parang, anong tawag po dito? Yung makikipag-socialize po sila sa pwedeng possible partners nila po in the future.
Yes, that's one. No? I'm not sure if you know this news. No? Medyo matagal na siya during pandemic times. So, yung waitress na sa karinderya siya, no? Waitress siya or tindera siya, no? Pinagsasampal-sampal siya nung lalaki. I think you heard that news. No? Pero hindi ko maalala kung anong news talaga yun. So, sinaktan niya yung babae, no? Siguro nagagalit siya, palpak yung order or hindi siya satisfied sa service. And then to realize na yung tao na yun, na nanakit ng cashier or waitress, whatever you want to call her, is actually a business owner of the nearby area. So, ang business naman niya is laundromat, no? Yung laundry business. So, do you think yung mga tao pupunta pa ba dun sa shop niya? If ganun ka makisama? I don't think so. Sabi nila, ito yung nanampal sa TV, ng kahera, yan yung nireport sa TV Patrol, Tulpo, blah, blah, blah. No? Siya yun, yung nanakit, babae, sinaktan niya. No? And even if it's not a woman, he hurt. Kahit na sabihin mo lalaki, no, there's no place in society for you to lay your hands. Hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yan, panakit. And it's not just physical. Kung hindi ka marunong makisama sa mga tao sa community, yung tipong suplado ka, tipong mainit yung ulo mo, sinisigawan mo yung customer, kulang ka sa PR, hindi ka marunong makipag-communicate, then mamasukan ka na lang. Huwag ka na mag-entrepreneur. And last is independent minded. Alam naman na po natin kung anong ibig sabihin ng independent minded. Yes, we can listen to people's advice. No? Let's say, humingi ako ng advice sa inyong 7, di ba? Tama. O 5. Shall I say? 5. Humingi ako sa inyong 5 ng advice. Anong kailangan kong gawin? I can listen to all of you all I want. No? Kung sabihin natin, buong araw tayo magkwentuhan, anong kailangan kong gawin? But the decision is still mine. Ganun din kayo, no? Di ba? Meron nga dyan ibang mga tao. Makikipag-break na raw sa jowa, tapos marupok din pala, no? Patatawarin niya pa rin. It was her or his decision. Hindi ako nag-decide noon, siya. So the entrepreneur must be also independently minded. Entrepreneurs can hire consultants, professional consultants, friendly advice, pero ikaw pa rin ang accountable as the entrepreneur. Ikaw pa rin ang magde-decide. What should I do? Kung sinabi ng kaibigan mo, tanggalin mo lahat ng milk tea sa menu. Ang business mo, milk tea. Bahala ka. It's your call. No? Malay mo, ingit lang pala sa yung kaibigan mo. No? Or the advice is genuine. No? Genuine naman, hindi ka naman niloloko, talagang seryoso naman yung advice niya. But you just think that it's not applicable for your business. Ikaw pa rin ang magde-decide. Kasi wala naman kaming hawak dyan eh. Hindi naman kami shareholder ng business. Hindi naman kami business partner. Di bale kung meron kaming contribution dyan. Di bale sana kung consultant nyo kami. Hindi rin naman. So, having an independent entrepreneurial mind will help you as the entrepreneur. Haba. Okay. So, energetic and diligent. Alam na natin yan. Kailangan natin magkaroon ng maraming energy. And the creativity. Kung let's say gusto yung magsimula ng ganung business, no, milk tea, meron namang seminar, no, tuturuan ka nila magtimpla. But the recipes are by default. Diba? Ano ba yung mga default? Yung mga Okinawa, ano tawag doon? Earl Grey, yung mga normal lang. Taro milk tea, chocolate milk tea. Pero yung mga special flavor, no, yung mga signature flavor ng mga cocoa, di ba? Kanya-kanya naman silang signature. Tiger sugar, yung sugar talaga, di ba? Cream cheese milk tea, kanya-kanyang signature. So kung gusto mo gawa ng ang tawag dito, hilaw na mangga with bagoong milk tea, it's your call, no? So kung tingin mo kikita, 'di ba? Or gumawa ka ng champurrado milk tea, it's your call, it's your shop. Malay natin bumenta. And also, an entrepreneur is a leader. So leader and leadership. Dito, ginawa mong leader yung sarili mo. So, ikaw ang gumawa ng business, ikaw leader, alam mo namang yung ihingi ka ng advice sa tao mo, anong gagawin natin ngayon, di ba? Baliktad. So you take the mantle of leadership. Responsive to suggestion, no? Pag sinabi ng customer, medyo matabang boss eh, di ba? Take that advice. Wala namang mawawala. Or just ask them for the sugar level. Or sa service, di ba? Sa susunod, wag ka ng di ba? Kung ano may advice nila, masyadong matagal, masyadong mabilis, hindi maganda yung packaging, then walang personalan, no? The feedback is for your improvement. Take initiatives. Ikaw na, kung kaya mo. No? Tinatawag nila sa law enforcement, no? Motu proprio, self-investigation. Investigahan mo na yung sarili mo, no? Kung anong mga pwede mong gawing improvements in your business. Resourceful and persevering, kailangan matyaga po tayo. Dahil kapag may tiyaga, may nilaga. And last one, no? Ito, sarili to, no? Self-taught to. You must be perceptive with force. Kailangan kaya mong maintindihan yung market. No? Ano ba yung situation ngayon? Ano yung mga pwede mong improvements? No? Baka sa future, pwede tayong mag-expand. No? Dati potato corner ka lang. No? Gagawin natin potato and cheese corner. Diba? Who knows? No? Or potato and cheese alley. Or dati ang negosyo mo is makeup, di ba? Katulad ni Samsung, no? Yun yung unang negosyo niya, parang what you call this? Yung sa Japan, no? Yung mga sale, yung mga makeup, naging electronics giant siya. So you should be perceptive with foresight. Functions of entrepreneur. Paulit-ulit lang actually. Innovation, risk-taking, organization building, absorb uncertainty. Sila yung tagasalo ng uncertainty factor. They also frame the challenge. So sila yung gumagawa ng framework on how to challenge the uncertainty. And they build commitment. So magmahal daw kayo ng entrepreneur kasi sila ay may commitment. So ano naman yung factors responsible for entrepreneurs? Bakit ba nagkakaroon tayo ng entrepreneurs? The desire to do something new. Baka nananawa ka na doon sa ginagawa mo or you want to do really something new. Gusto mong gumawa ng bagong bagay na pagkakaabalahan mo. Second bullet, the educational background. Maybe you want to pursue something that you have learned from your education. You're a SBA graduate or graduating student. You may do something related to that. And experience. Natutunan mo lang siya sa iyong pagtatrabaho for so many years and you want to do your own thing. So you establish your own business. Yan po yung mga internal factors. For the external factors, meron pong government assistance and support. In fact, the DOST has this program for now, right now, for those who are aspiring entrepreneurs. But the thing is, you have to make innovations on the product. So kailangan meron kayong kakolab na science person on how to develop the product. Second is the availability of labor and raw material. Maybe there is demand for that material or product of yours that you want to sell. So you will pursue entrepreneurship. Halimbawa sa area nyo, maraming construction. So usually it's a no-brainer to establish a hardware business. Or residential area yung lugar nyo, tapos walang mabilhan ng cravings, quote-unquote cravings like milk tea or coffee. So you build your own coffee shop or milk tea house. Kahapon may nadaanan ako dyan sa Recto. Kinover niya na lahat. Donut, milk tea, and coffee shop. Isang bagsakan na yun. So who knows? Malaki lang yung challenge niya kasi ang pinalitan niyang pwesto ay dating Jollibee. So will it succeed? There's no guarantee in business. Even if you're the best entrepreneur in the world, chances are pwede ka pa rin malugi. But if you deliver, if you sell well, bakit hindi? Also, there are encouragement from big business houses. There are some people who are interested in your business. They might invest on it. But usually sa simula, ikaw muna, solo flight. And then, that's the time you find your advocates or your, natawag dito, angel sponsors. Diba yung Shark Tank, diba? You establish your own business and then you try to find funding to expand the business altogether. Angel investors, sorry. Angel sponsors. And last but not the least is the promising demand for the product. For now, the product is not promising. Maybe wala pa masyadong pumapansin dyan. But in a few years' time, there's demand. Demand creation for your product. Remember yung company na Inco? So ang product nila is related to construction, yung mga hardware, let's say, from measuring tapes up to tools. Dati wala naman pumapansin dyan. But now, Inco is everywhere. Here, there, and everywhere, sabi nga ng Beatles. Go to any place, merong Inco. Or yung niche na yogurt and milk tea. Parang kabuti ng sulputan. Every few blocks away, merong niche. Types of entrepreneurs. Ito yung mga types. We have according to type of business, according to the use of technology, according to motivation, growth, area, gender and age, according to the sale of operation. So types of business, meron tayong tatlong klase. Hindi pala, tatlong. Sorry. Marami pala, no? 7 types. So para maalala natin, yung mnemonics, no? Sabihin na lang natin bit cars. Or Scarbit. No? Bahala kayo sa buhay nyo kung anong gusto nyo mnemonic. Types of business, you have business entrepreneur, trading entrepreneur, industrial entrepreneur, corporate entrepreneur, agricultural entrepreneur, retail entrepreneur, and service entrepreneur. Yung business entrepreneur, ito yung mga individuals who conceive an idea for a new product or service and then create a business to materialize their idea. So, sila yung nag-imagine ng bagong product or bagong service. And then sila rin yung gumagawa nito, no? They make the dream into a reality. Hindi lang ikaw yung nag-conceive, ikaw din yung nag-create. Naisipan mo, grabe yung traffic sa Metro Manila. Or naisipan mong service, yung gusto mo yung mga tao makabalik sa sinaunang panahon. No? So, ikaw yung gagawa ng product na time machine to put the people back to the past, no? Or in different points of time. In-exage ko lang yung sample. Second is the trading entrepreneur. So, yung trading entrepreneur is the one who undertakes trading activities. So, sila yung, usually ang tawag nila dito is the buy and sell. No? Ang focus nilang nila is mabenta, no? Makabili, and then sell the item at a markup, di ba? With a profit. No? Pwedeng bumili ka ng wholesale and then bebenta mo siya ng retail. Di ba? Kumita ka. Now, yung industrial entrepreneur naman, ikaw yung manufacturer. So, gagawa ka ng product na mag-meet doon sa pangangailangan ng mga tao. In a way, business entrepreneur siya, pero ito kasi, tagagawa lang siya. Hindi siya yung nagko-conceive ng idea. So, you're only the one who's creating the product. Siyempre, hindi mo naman magagawa yung service. And then the fourth one is the corporate entrepreneur. So yung corporate entrepreneur, it's a different niche altogether. No? Sila yung parang nag-iisip ng mga products ng isang corporation or malaking company. So let's say si Coke gagawa ng panibagong soft drink or carbonated drinks for that matter. Gusto niya labanan yung mga Korean drinks. So you, as the corporate entrepreneur, will do the innovation to make that new item. And the agricultural entrepreneur, ito, nagiging trend siya. The agribusiness. So, ang focus mo naman is agricultural activities such as, but not limited to raising and marketing of crops, fertilizers, and other inputs. Yung fertilizer, it's very, ano ba tawag dito? Underestimated, pero ang laki po ng kita dyan. Sa other countries, kahit dito lang sa ASEAN, no, ang laki po ng kita ng mga magsasaka. Dito lang sa Pilipinas, naiiba talaga ang trend. In Thailand, farmers or agricultural entrepreneurs earn as much, if not greater than that of bank managers. At ang kagandahan nun, sila may-ari ng lupa, no? So they can continue the business. Kasi kung let's say, manager ka ng bangko, hindi mo naman pwede pamana sa anak mo yung bangko, di ba? Hindi naman siya tagapagmana eh. No? So, pag nag-retire ka, tapos na kwento. But as an agricultural entrepreneur, ikaw magsasaka, no? You take care of the land, you do the business. Once you're old enough, you want to retire, you can give it to your children. Bahala na sila. And of course, the retail and service entrepreneur, it's a no-brainer. Alam na po natin kung ano yan. So, use of technology, we have 3 types. The technical entrepreneur, the non-technical, and the professional entrepreneur. So, the technical entrepreneur demonstrates the innovative capabilities in matter of production. Hindi naman siya talagang entrepreneur per se. So, ang focus niya is yung production. Tagagawa ng mga product. Halimbawa, yung isang business, ang business niya is yung tagagawa ng mga customized, di ba? Yung mga nauso ngayon, yung sa damit ng mga nagmo-motorcycle. Ano tawag dun? Kalimutan ko. Yung naka-imprenta yung mga design na gustong ilagay. Yun. So hindi ang focus ng entrepreneur na 'yon is to sell those items. Pero yung tagagawa itself or taga-render ng service, ibang entrepreneur. And that's the technical entrepreneur. The non-technical, on the other hand, focuses no sa marketing. So most likely mga BSMM to, no? They are concerned only with developing alternative marketing and distribution strategies. But there's still that operational element. Di po natin matatakasan yung operations. How do you improve the marketing and distribution strategies? You have to improve the operations of the business. And last but not the least, the professional entrepreneur. So ang gusto lang niya mag-establish ng business. Minsan ito yung mga nagiging serial entrepreneur. Magtatayo siya ng business and then pag na-establish na yung business, bibitawan niya na yun. Bantay-bantay lang siya, monitor lang siya. So one of my previous props, ganun yung ginagawa niya. Mag-establish siya ng business, let's say a co-working space. Pag natayo na yung co-working space na yon, ano na lang siya, no? Parang shareholder na lang siya or stockholder. No? He will again build another business. So dumadami yung streams of income niya. I mean, why would you put yourself in that position na mag-manage ka lang ng isang business? Matatali ka doon. So you have to hire better, more established managers, and then you will do the business building and decision making. Yun yung focus niya, no? And how to do the strategies of the business. That is the use of technology, no? The technical, non-technical, and professional entrepreneur. So according to motivation, so we have the pure entrepreneur. So ang focus lang niya is the psychological and economic rewards. Yun lang. No? Basta kumikita ako, basta masaya ako, that's it. Entrepreneur ako eh. Parang, di ba? That's where you find your happiness. The induced entrepreneur is the one induced to take up entrepreneurial tasks due to the policy measures. No? Naatasan ka. No? Or you were forced to do that because of the government. Or merong government initiative naman, baliktad naman. So ikaw na mukhang marunong ka naman, so they taught you, no, to do entrepreneurial activities to the community. And motivated entrepreneur. Si motivated, alam na natin, no, motivated, no, inspire siya. No? Inspire siya to become an entrepreneur for the sake of self-fulfillment. Na napupulfill, masaya ako, na naging entrepreneur ako, nakakatulong ako sa mga tao, sa komunidad, no? And sa ekonomiya. That's it. This spontaneous entrepreneur. So yung spontaneous, wala naman talaga siyang balak. No? So these are people who started the business just by their inherent talents. Meron kasi silang talento, no, sa pagiging creative. So they decided to pursue a passion brand, no, creative industries. Or talagang expertise nila. Pag sinabing electronics, galing to sa electronics, that person decided to open an electronics business and so forth. Or magaling ka magluto. Yeah? So that's your natural ability to cook very delicious food, and that's the time you decided to open up a business. No? Iba pa naman ganun eh. Nagluluto lang sila for their friends, no? Or relatives, and then sabi ng mga friends nila, no? May mga ganung business, no? Ito, pasalubong mo na lang sa mga kaibigan mo na pag-uwi mo ng Manila. Sa province, usually nauso yan sa food. No? And then, nasarapan sila, no? Saan ba mabibili to? Ay, hindi, regalo lang to sa akin. No? So, they will get the feedback, sabihan nila yung friend nila doon sa province, uy, nasarapan sila sa luto mo. Gusto nila umorder kahit hindi na regalo. And so these people, by their talents, they found a new purpose in life, and that is to create a product, a delicious product. And not just delicious product, but certified amazing products. Kahit naman hindi pagkain yan eh. Let's say, mga pasalubong or t-shirt, you have the talent to create beautiful artworks. Why not? According to area, no? So very na yan, the urban and the rural entrepreneur. Alam niyo na yan. Pag sinabing urban, let's say Metro Manila, Cebu, Davao, and many more cities. Rural naman, no, sa province itself. According to gender and age, men and women. Of course, men and women have different attributes or characteristics that give each other an edge in entrepreneurship. Ako, no, I believe that wala namang pinagkaibang men and women in terms of talent. But there is a different touch, no, sa masculine and feminine style of entrepreneurship. You can feel right away na yung entrepreneur who started the business is a man or a woman. Pero sabi nila, man or woman, it takes a man and a woman to build the dream. So kailangan po ng men entrepreneur ng partner to help them establish the business. And same with the women. But now they're saying women empowerment. So sure, why not? No problem. Women can achieve things that men can achieve. But at the end of the day, we need someone. We need a partner. Maybe not a romantic partner, but a business partner who will help us reach the heights that we wish to achieve. According to the scale of operation, so alam naman na natin to, small scale and large scale. Saan ba nagkakatalo to? So yung scale po kasi depende dun sa entrepreneur. Kung nalilitan pa rin siya dun sa scale ng operation niya, kahit buong Pilipinas, he will consider it a small scale. But usually, ang small scale ay ano lang, no? Limited areas lang, no? Let's say, region 3 or 4 ka lang. Or Manila area ka lang. Paglabas mo ng Manila, wala ka na, no? You're no longer visible. And large scale, at the very least, is considered nationwide. Classification, no? So may apat. The innovating, imitative, the Fabian, and the drone entrepreneur. So first, the innovating entrepreneur. No? Alam na natin by the word itself, innovating. So siya po yung nag-introduce ng bagong items or products as well as methods of production. Kung mapapabilis niya and may improve niya, makakatipid, why not? No? Discover new markets and reorganizes the enterprise or the landscape of the enterprise itself. Next, we have the imitative. So ito naman yung nag-a-adapt lang sila, no? Gaya-gaya na lang sila. So it's been successful, it's been proven that it's very successful, then gaya-gaya. No? That's the problem here in the Philippines. Nothing wrong with being gaya-gaya because ang dami talaga naman ng customer, hindi kakayanin ng isa, but minsan nagiging saturated. Let's say, parlor, no? Punta ka sa area na puro parlor, tabi-tabi. Diba? So they adopt successful innovations inaugurated by innovative entrepreneurs. So nakita nila, uy, okay to tayo din akong ganyan. Next, we have the Fabian entrepreneur. So the Fabian or Fabian, no, whatever you want to pronounce, is characterized by great caution. Ito medyo mapaghinala to. Great caution and skepticism in experimenting any changes in their enterprises. Usually in Fabian, may na sila, no, may established business na sila. So once you're established, you rarely want to change the dynamic. Ano yan yan yung habit natin. No? Once you're already established, you feel resistant to change. Mahirap na magbago. And last is the drone entrepreneur. Ito talaga ayaw. By a refusal to adopt opportunities to make changes in the production formula, even of the cost of several reduced returns. No? Kahit alam yan, sinking ship na yung business niya, ayaw niya pa rin magbago. No? Ano yan, no? My way or the highway. So, yung drone entrepreneur, no, sink or swim. No? Until at the very end, they will not change the business procedures. Next, we have the theories. Tatlo lang po. Economic, psychological, sociological. So ano po ba yung pinagkaiba-iba ng mga ito? So ang economic theory of entrepreneur states that economic incentives are the main drive for the entrepreneurial activities. Diba? Ganun naman Pag kumikita tayo, diba, economic gains serve as the main drive. Wala naman ditong gusto magnegosyo para malugi. Such conditions are regarded as sufficient conditions for the emergence of industrial entrepreneurship. Kaya nga, di ba yung phrase na para sa ekonomiya, well, literally para sa ekonomiya because we want to earn money. And even if it's for your own selfish purposes, kung babalikan natin ng Economics 101, we have the invisible hand theory. That regardless of what you will do, babalik din sa yung pera. In economic terms, money. Next is sociological theory. Entrepreneurship is most likely to emerge under a specific social culture. Social values are the most important determinant of the attitudes and role expectations. Values. Society. Kultura ng isang bansa ang pagiging entrepreneur. At usually, ang na-associate dito, di ba, yung mga Chinese. No? Not all Chinese are businessmen, but yung mga earlier generations, mga Chinese dito sa Pilipinas, bakit ba sila very successful? Well, first and foremost, when they first came to the Philippines, very heavily, sila, di ba? Ang tawag dito? They suffered intense criticism, no? Or racism na sabihin na natin. Walang tumatanggap sa kanila. Same thing with the Muslims. Hindi sila tinatanggap sa trabaho, no? Because of their religion. Bakit? 5 times a day ka magdadasal, bawal kumain ng pork, ang daming rules. And the Chinese naman, para sabihin nila, walang pinag-aralan, and so forth, inchikbeho, tululawe. But now look at them. Their society are one of the main drivers of economic growth. Karamihan ng mga businessmen sa Green Hills, hindi na Chinese, mga Muslims na. Sa Binondo, of course, still Chinese pa rin. But the top 10 richest people in the Philippines, at least 8 out of 10 of them are of Chinese descent. But they identify as Filipino. Dito na sila lumaki, dito na sila tumanda, at dito na rin sila mamamatay most likely. And last is the psychological theory. In a psychological manner, entrepreneurship is an inherent quality possessed by people who desire it. So, ibig sabihin, if you don't have the characteristic of being an entrepreneur, wala ka dun. Hindi ka entrepreneur. Artepreneur ka lang. Arte lang. It is the high need for achievement that motivates people towards entrepreneurial activities. Ano ba yung achievement na yan, di ba? Nandun na yung pera. Nandun na yung makakatulong ka sa society. And of course, the fact that you are able to acquire a lot of money, recognition to the community. And siguro yung pinakagustong-gusto ng mga entrepreneur is the fulfillment and the job creation that entrepreneurs give. Yun po yung contribution ng isang entrepreneur. Now, ano ba yung barriers? Ano ba yung mga hadlang? Tingnan natin. Yung concept mo, parang ang daming negosyo, di ba? If you will ask every entrepreneur, paano sila nagsimula? Usually, they will say, I failed so many times. Nagbenta kami ng chicharon, lugi. Nagbenta kami ng halo-halo, lugi. Pala, yung swerte nila nasa hardware. Or, nagugulat ka na lang, hindi pala sa pagkain yung swerte nila, sa food service. Or, purely by accident. Lack of market knowledge. A few years back, niyayaya ko ng kaibigan ko, though I appreciate the gesture, hindi bagay sa akin. Sabi nga, pare, magnegosyo tayo, motorcycle parts, magtayo ka ng tindahan. Sabi ko, pare, okay yung negosyo na yan. Marami nagmumotor. I think you have to agree. Marami nagmumotor. Mabenta ang motorcycle parts. And sikat na siya ngayon. Nagkakaroon na siya ng branding. He's getting popular. He's getting well-known sa community ng mga riders. Pero sa akin, hindi siya applicable because first and foremost, hindi na nga ako marunong mag-bike, hindi pa ako marunong mag-motor. So how will I be able to handle such a business? Mali. Wala akong knowledge doon. Siguro kung ibang item yung business niya, yun yung in-offer niya sa akin. Sure, why not? Di ba? I can lend some of my expertise kung meron man to help. Or ako mismo yung magpatakbo ng business. So, lack of market knowledge. Number 3, lack of technical skill. So, some businesses require technical skills. Yung paggawa ng manhole, it's a very technical business. Kasi, hindi naman lahat ng tao bumibili ng manhole. Ano gagawin natin sa manhole? Pitsa. Di ba? So, usually the ones who buy manholes are government entities or mga contractor ng DepEd tuloy, ng DPWH or Maynila, di ba? Manila Water and other various utility providers sa Pilipinas. Those are technical skills or business-to-business entrepreneurial pursuits. Such as, let's say, concrete mixer. Di ba? Kailangan, ang dami mong investment dun. And then, hindi siya basta-bastang negosyo lang. Kailangan tutok ka dun sa, sa planta, kung paano patakbuhin yung planta. Or, you need to hire an engineer who has the necessary skills or background knowledge on how to run a facility. But operations. Hindi po madali ang operations. It's very underrated, but very critical to the success of the business. Ito yung lagi nababanggit, kahit naman tayo. Automatic lack of capital. But there are businesses that really started small. Yung tipong sa simula, mga kaibigan lang yung mo order, di ba? Mga kasamahan niya dati sa trabaho. And then, nagustuhan ng mga kasamahan niya sa trabaho, lumaki na lumaki. Until such time na umabot na siya nationwide. Ganun yung sa classmate ko, iba naman tong classmate. So, yung binebenta niya, yung sa mga baby, yung tawag doon, parang yung kay Minnie Mouse, yung sa hair accessory. So, una, manual niya tinatahi yun. Siya lang nagtatahi on her spare time. So, binenta niya. until such time na sumikat, no? Nagkaroon siya ng Lazada, Shopee. So hindi niya na kinaya, she had to hire sewers, no? Yung taga mananahe, no? Until such time na umabot na siya sa mga malls. So the business expanding, but the capital she laid out isn't really that big. Siguro malaki na yung 50,000 for her. So nakakapagtaka sa ating mga Pilipino is that we don't have the capital to pursue a business. Pero pagdating sa Shopee 3-day sale, no? Or sa SM 3-day sale, or pagpupunta tayo ng Boracay, ang dami natin pera pang gastos. No? I'm not sure. No? Iba siguro yung priorities natin mga Pilipino. I used to work for my boss for 4 years. Sila, no, umuutang lang sila para sa negosyo. Pag kailangan nila ng puhunan, that's it. But when they buy their own personal items, bibili ng relo, bibili ng t-shirt, bibili ng sapatos, they don't use credit card. They don't utang-utang. They don't make utang-utang. Tayo, iba utangers tayo. No? Oh, may sale, utang muna tayo. Swipe the credit card. Voila. Ang pogi ko na, ang ganda ko na, ang ganda ng OOTD ko. No? But that's the problem. Yung mga pinamili nyo, no? Could have been spent on establishing a business. One of my distant relatives sa Cebu. So she was telling a story na sabi niya, pag umuwi daw yung padre de pamilya, no? They will go to SM and nag-SM kayo pag umuwi, magkano naman nagagastos nyo? So sabi niya, maabot daw sila ng 50 to 100,000 sa bilihan. Wow, sana all, di ba? Yung 50 to 100,000 na yun, sana nag-invest na kayo ng business. Ay, wala kami pera. Yung pera niya napunta sa SM, pinayaman niyo lang si siblings. Could have been spent in making a business, di ba? But now, natuto rin sila, so they were able to establish business later, no, ngayon. But it could have been done so a decade earlier. Diba? Sayang yung time. The time element. You can have the money all you want, but the time is limited. And in conjunction naman sa capital, lack of business know-how. Hindi ka naman marunong magpatakbo ng business. It can be learned, of course, people of operations. Diba? Sa simula, mahirap talaga because hindi siya hindi siya copy-paste. Hindi yung nakakita ka ng business na ganito, kokopyahin mo lang yung proseso niya, then that's it. You need to know how it's done in your proper way, no? Or in your manner of conducting it. Iba-iba naman kasi tayo ng pagpapatakbo ng isang negosyo. Some of you might be more hands-on, some of us might be hands-off, no? Or hindi super bantay, sarado. So how do you do it? And the time, presences, and distractions. Maraming ganap, di ba, sa buhay natin. So if I read somewhere or I watch a video sa Facebook, if you're going to have a business, you have to let go of your quality time. Kailangan bawas daw sa gimmick, bawas sa dating. No? Hindi man bawal sa dating. You have to focus on the business because you're building something which is beneficial in the long run. Siguro ngayon medyo gusto ko mag-party kaso hindi ako makapag-party. But in the long run, yung mga nagastos mo sa party will have been spent in as additional capital to the business. But ano lang, no? Balance lang. Work-life balance. May legal constraints and regulations. Baka naman gusto natin magnegosyo ng ng drugs pero bawal ang drugs sa Pilipinas. Message. Yeah. So baka gusto natin magtayo ng marijuana business but so far so good, it's not allowed. Si daang matuwid, no? So bawal. Nakakulong pa rin yata yun yung gusto niyang gawing taniman ng marijuana yung Antipolo. Kasi ganun, no? Kalimutan ko yung catchphrase niya. Or, no, there are several hindrances to establishing the business. Mahirap pagkalaban ng gobyerno. Gusto mo magtayo ng electrical company, paano makakalabanin? Ang Meralco, monopoly yan. Ito yung pinakamahirap na part. Culture. Culture is the sum total of social behaviors that includes at least 3 elements, namely knowledge and beliefs, kaalaman at paniniwala, ideals, pananaw, at preferences, mga kagustuhan natin. So culture implies vision, values, norms, and traits that are conducive for the development of the economy. Iba po ang kulturang Pilipino versus sa kultura ng Vietnamese, kultura ng mga Chinese, Americans, etc., etc. Also, the emerging market environment and globalization is challenging to every organization to consider. evaluate, and bring out the changes in thinking, vision, and action. Iba-iba po ang environment ng bawat bansa or the market itself. And culture also plays a huge factor. Bakit ang mga for example, bakit ang mga karinderya sa Pilipinas lahat puro may kanin? Sa tingin nyo, meron tayong customer? Will we have patrons? I'm sure. Wala po. Because not just for Filipinos in general, but Asians in general, rice is rice. Siguro pwede mo gawin sa ibang bansa yung walang kanin. No? But here, baka sigawan ka ng mga tao na bakit walang rice? Kugot ka na ako! Diba? The nature of culture, to the basic beliefs and assumptions about the company. The emotional aspect. The history. Magkakaiba naman tayo ng kasaysayan. So the history shapes the future of the country and the present. Kaya ibang kultura ng Pilipino, ibang kultura ng mga Malaysian, the Chinese, the Japanese, and other cultures. Sometimes culture can be inherently symbolic in substance and form. Components. Values. Iba-iba naman po tayo ng values. Iba-iba po yung ugali natin. Iba-iba yung vocabulary. Iba-iba yung methodology, rituals, myths, and or stories. There might be some similarities, but not same all throughout. There are still differences. It's what makes each country or each organization unique. Now, for the entrepreneurial culture, our people and empowerment focus. Lalo na ngayon, women empowerment, we have the Pride Month, etc. Priority for the PWD, value creation through innovation and change. There's the need to constantly innovate and change. Even the government rewards innovation of business. Attention to the basic. Let's keep it straight and simple. Again, sa management, ang generally accepted point of view is that we must be hands-on in managing the business. Hindi naman pwede yung nagtayo-tayo ka ng business tapos iiwan mo sa mga tao mo. Di ba? May kasabihan nga, when the cat is away, the mice will play. I'm not saying na ganun yung mga tao mo, but walang captain walang kapitan. You as the captain of the ship should steer. Doing the right thing. Dito kasi nagkakatalo-talo, yung right thing na sinasabi, it depends on the ethics. It depends on the culture of the company. What is the right thing? So there's no one straight answer for that. The freedom to grow and to fail. Failure is always a part of learning. Successful entrepreneurs at one point in time experience failure and disappointment. And those harsh experiences that they suffered, yun po ang naging gabay nila to strive forward. Also the reason why they are now successful. And for the entrepreneurial culture, it's important to have the commitment and personal responsibility. Pangatawanan po natin yung mga ginagawa nating entrepreneurial activities. Once you go there, there's no going back. Wala na pong atrasan. And emphasis on the future and a sense of urgency. You should always be prepared. Hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Yan po yung lagi kong naririnig when I was still working sa field. It's very underestimated. It's very underestimated. Pero yung pandemic, wala yung sense of urgency. Hindi, people always think na laging good times, but hindi po ganun There will always be good times and bad times. Pag good times, halabira, talagang we're raking in the millions, but in bad times, tayo po sasalo talaga lahat ng problem. So steps in the entrepreneurial process. Parang lang din to siya, yung policy. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So the first is the discovery. Madi-discover mo na ikaw ay dapat maging isang entrepreneur. So the entrepreneur generates ideas, recognizes opportunities, and studies the market. market research, di ba? So, you have to wear many hats. Kailangan ikaw yung makaisip ng idea. Walang may control ng knowledge. No one has the monopoly of knowledge. Everyone has the perfect competition of knowledge. Kahit yung mga matatalino, no, sila Albert Einstein, never nila na-control lahat ng knowledge. Some knowledge came from other people. Like Oppenheimer. So, ganun din po sa mga entrepreneur. You can copy all you want, but you cannot copy all the ideas. Or you can copy the idea and put it on your own spin. Sarili mong style. You have to recognize the opportunity available. And opportunities always change. You have to identify which door opens and which door closes. And the market. A lot of business closed because they did not notice the changes in the market. Marami naman negosyo na until now successful pa rin. Because their clients are very loyal to them. But iba pa rin po yung updated tayo sa nangyayari sa market. Number 2, concept development. So ito yung kailangan yung gawin. Develop a business plan, a detailed proposal describing the business idea. Choosing of the location. Ito yung importante. I always believe that there's no such thing as a bad business but only a bad location. Baka luxury items yung product mo tapos nilagay mo malapit sa city jail, malapit sa palengke, di ba? People will not go there. Your client, should I say, will not go there. Your primary target market or PTM will not go to that location. Or meron naman kayo nakitang 5-star hotel tapos ang location niya nandun sa kalagitnaan ng informal settlers, parang counterintuitive. Or if you need the patent and trademark, that's the concept development. So let's say naka-invento ka ng item, na product, you need to register trademark para lang sigurado na walang manggagaya or mangongopya ng concept mo. Third, resourcing. The entrepreneur, di ba? Ito yung parang organizing. Identifies and acquires the resources, whether financial, human, or capital needed for the venture startup or etc. Other items, let's say legal requirements, di ba? Financial, di ba? Kailangan may pera. Kayang gumulong ng business for at least one year na may losses. Hindi naman kasi agad-agad kita ka kagad. Sa simula talagang sasaid ka muna. The human, yung mga tao. That's why ang kapartner ng operations or any department for that matter is the human resources. Because all the activities of the enterprise will not be done without HR. Pero kung nagsisimula ka talaga, as in literal back to basics, it's all proprietorship lang yan, ikaw lang. And capital. The importance of capital, wherein capital equals liabilities. Assets equals liabilities plus capital. So, capital is assets minus liabilities. Puhunan mo. Number 4. Ito yung leading, actualization. The entrepreneur operates the business and utilizes the resources. Baka naman nag-operate ka tapos hindi mo ginagamit yung resources to achieve its goals and objectives. Ikaw. You are the leader. You actuate. You are the one who actualizes the business. You make the dream, the planning, become an implementation. Mahirap po mag-formulate ng strategy or mag-plan ng strategy. Pero mas mahirap i-implement yung strategy mo as the entrepreneur. Naging combination ng strategic management saka entrepreneur. Yan. In order to achieve its goals. Baka ang gusto mong sales for the year is 30 million sales. Pero paano mo ma-achieve yun kung kulang ka sa tao, kulang yung production mo, kulang ka sa budget, etc. And last but not the least is the controlling part or harvesting. So sa mga magsasaka harvesting, ito yung talagang pag-harvest na, di ba? The entrepreneur decides on the venture's future growth, development, or demise. Itutuloy pa ba natin to? Paano natin palalakihin, palalaguin? Or kung sa tingin mo, ayaw mo na, paano mo tatapusin ang iyong business venture? And that, my dear beloved students, arigatou gozaimasu. Do you have any questions? Thank you. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, there you go. Thank you, everyone. Let's meet again next meeting. Thank you
Thank
po,
you
sir.
po.